This stone building contained something so important, so necessary, and so prized that it almost started the American Revolution 7 months before it actually began. This structure was built in 1704, and it originally served as a windmill. And you can still see today its windmill shape. But in 1774, this building, and more importantly, what was inside of it, stood at the center of a controversy that flared up extremely quickly, almost like a powder keg. This was the province of Massachusetts Bay's principal gunpowder magazine in 1774. And it still stands today here in Powder House Square in Somerville, Massachusetts. And this former windmill made the perfect place to store gunpowder for one main reason. It's made of stone, much safer and less flammable than a wooden structure would be in case of an explosion. The gunpowder stored in this building was one of the most valuable and hardest to get military assets in Massachusetts in 1774. Gunpowder was very difficult to manufacture in the colonies due to the lack of powder mills and saltpeter. So every barrel that was stored in this building was quite literally irreplaceable, stored under lock and key. But British General Gage decided to take it. Let's go have a look and see what's inside. I'm looking inside the powder house now, which is amazing, and they have some little half barrels of gunpowder, which is a nice touch, and they're stamped with GR. So let me know in the comments below if you know what GR stands for. Hi everyone, it's me, Katie. Welcome back to my channel where it is all Revolutionary War all the time. On this channel, we venture out on historical action adventures and we visit the places where events of the American Revolution actually happened. So if this sounds like fun to you, and if you're looking for in-depth, in-person, non-AI historical research on YouTube, I hope you'll subscribe and come along. General Gage was prompted to remove the powder by a letter that he had received from a person who lived just a couple miles away from here and who in 1774 was serving as a brigadier general in the Massachusetts militia. And in the letter, this mystery person said that selectmen from local towns were coming here to the powder house and removing their town's stocks of gunpowder, leaving only the provincial supply. The informant who tipped off General Gage to these goings-on was prominent Cambridge citizen and loyalist, 68-year-old William Brattle. General Gage sent the Middlesex sheriff to William Brattle's house to request the key to the powder house. And William Brattle gave it to him. Oh, I thought it was open for a second. At dawn on September 1st, 1774, General Gage dispatched over 250 British troops. They rode up the Mystic River, landed in what is now Somerville, marched here, and emptied the powder house of 250 barrels of gunpowder. And that is when things started to move very quickly. Word began to spread through the countryside almost instantly. But by the time news reached some towns, it had mutated. People heard that the British did not just take the gunpowder, but civilians had been killed and Boston was being burned. Famously, thousands of militiamen converged on Cambridge Common. And by the next day, as news continued to spread like wildfire, tens of thousands of armed militiamen from all over Massachusetts and beyond began to march, ready for war. This is one of the moments where the American Revolution could have started. But when the militia arrived here, they found no one dead, no Boston burning, no British army waiting for them. All they found was an empty powder house. Bloodshed had been averted. No one had been killed. War had not broken out yet. As for William Brattle, the man who had alerted Gage to the town's removal of the gunpowder and who had handed over the key to the powder house, he was driven from his home. He never saw it again. He took refuge in Boston with the British and went with them in 1776 when they evacuated. He died later in 1776 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I have to tell you all that I do have a few tricks up my sleeve, so I hope you'll consider subscribing so you don't miss the next videos and going to my website, where the day may come that I actually send out my newsletter, which a few new developments and things I've been doing. Thank you all so much for being here with me as always, and I'll see you in the next video.